Hi, I'm Kaelee.
And I'm Macy.
And today we're making another video for our TED class.
Today we wanted to focus our video on social media and how it's influencing society.
And basically we have some questions and we are going to answer them. So to start off, Macy, how many hours a week do you probably spend on a social media website?
To be honest, I probably spend upwards towards 50 hours on media sites just doing pointless things like watching people tweet or checking Facebook or sitting on Tumblr, and it seems as if it's really unbeneficial to my life most times. How do you think these social media sites are affecting society?
Well, obviously they take up a really big part in our life. Like if we're all spending, close to like 50 or more hours a week on them. I know even, at school, wherever I am, I have my phone and I'm constantly checking like Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook and all those stupid things. So I think it's affecting our society in ways that like we really don't even understand yet. And another, a lot of people use it, to talk to people. Sometimes, if they just feel uncomfortable talking to someone in person, they'll do it online. But that can be like positive and negative, I guess. Because like a big problem right now is cyberbullying, and so a lot of people, especially like young people, are getting on these social media websites and attacking other students, and just like making fun of them or like just doing like really cruel things, and they're using the internet as like a front just so they don't really have to deal with these problems in real life, because you can like sit in front of a computer screen and make fun of someone and you won't actually have to like deal with them or like think about anyone else hearing it. So it protects them, but the people who are getting attacked, like it really affects them. And a lot of kids have like committed suicide and like really done really terrible things because of this. So I mean, there are positive sides of social media, but that's like a big thing that's
A negative.
Yeah. So on that note, how do you think social media is more positive or more negative? Or what's your take on it?
Well, overall, I think the way technology has progressed in the past 50 years has been amazing. It is really beneficial for businesses and corporations and how it lets them connect to one another. It's become a really great thing in many aspects. But to a lot of people, I think in our generation and younger, they're growing up on things like Facebook and iPhones. And I don't even know if I can consider that a completely horrible thing, but I don't think it's having a very positive influence. My 3-year-old sister knows how to work my father's iPhone better than he does. And it's just, I don't think it's that big of a deal right now, especially in situations like that. But I think it's going to become a bigger issue as time goes on. And I think that overall it's making a lot of people and students, like children our age or our friends, are becoming somewhat obsessed with these social media websites and networks, and they might not even notice it, but it's just how often do you catch yourself sitting inside watching movies instead of being outside playing with your family or being outside taking your dog on a walk. It's just, I don't think it's going to have a positive effect in the future or even continually. So, over the past 100 years, relationships have greatly changed, and a big factor of that is social media. And could you please elaborate on what you think about that?
Yeah, so, like you were saying, it could have like positive and negative effects. But a lot of things are like for relationships. A lot of people, are talking to people online, through these social media websites instead of talking to them in person. Which, I guess if you're nervous, it sounds okay, but really, like what's like. I feel like it'd feel more rewarding if you went and you like talked to, that person in person. Like if there's a boy or a girl you like and you went and talked to them in person, I feel like that's more rewarding than like texting them and just be like, hey, or liking their picture on Facebook. Like, it's just the times that we live in, like that's what people do. But I think that's not what it should be. Like, that's not as authentic as, relationships, like, have been in the past. Like, if you think about, like, before, all this, like, technology blew up, with Facebook and things like that, divorce rates and things like that have gone up. They're higher than they've ever been. So, like, in the 50s, people didn't really, you didn't hear about it as much. Like, they didn't, like, cheat on their wives and or husbands, and, like, they didn't talk to other people. But now it's so easy just to make contact with anyone that, you sometimes, like, lose value in the things that you have just because it's so simple to, like, find another person to talk to. So overall, I don't think it's done much good for relationships. I know there's a lot of, like, dating websites and where people actually, like, people, like, do fall in love online, I guess. But, in how it's affected my life, personally, I think it's been more negative. But, everyone has their own story. But from what I've heard, overall, more negative things have come out of it.
So that's really the extent of the questions we have for one another and kind of our takes on the whole situation with social media. But we just wanted to give you guys some insight on what we're thinking and how we feel and how it's probably not going to end up too great in the future if we keep spending all of our time on Twitter.
Right. Because even though it's cool that, last night you had a salad for dinner, I really don't care. I don't mean that in a mean way, but it's like there are more important things in the world that we should be caring about, honestly. Like,
and focusing our time on.
Right.
Opposed to meaningless social media websites.
Yes.
So anyway, next time you're sitting at your computer checking Facebook, we want you to think about us and then go outside or go pick up a newspaper.
Or go talk to the person you have a crush on.
And just
live life to the fullest.
Yeah, not behind your computer screen. Thank you.
Thanks.